Prayer 500 years in the making. History echoed through the walls of the Vatican's Sistine Chapel on Thursday as Britain's King Charles and Pope Leo prayed together.
It was the moment 500 years in the making. King Charles and Pope Leo have met at the Vatican and prayed together.
The first joint worship between an English monarch and a Catholic pontiff since King Henry VIII broke from Rome in 1534. Beneath Michelangelo's towering frescoes of Christ's Last Judgment, the moment marked a powerful symbol of healing and reconciliation between two faiths divided for nearly 5 centuries. Latin chants mingled with English prayers as Pope Leo, the first U.S. pontiff elected 6 months ago, led the service alongside Anglican Archbishop Stephen Cottrell. King Charles, the supreme governor of the Church of England, was seated to the Pope's left near the chapel's altar, while the Sistine Chapel choir and 2 royal choirs filled the air with music. Although Charles has met 3 popes before, this was the first time a British monarch and a pontiff prayed together since the Reformation. The King and Queen Camilla are on a state visit to the Vatican, an event many see as a milestone in the long journey of healing between the Catholic Church and the Anglican Communion. There is a strong sense that this moment in the extraordinary setting of the Sistine Chapel offers a kind of healing of history, said Reverend James Hawkey, canon theologian of Westminster Abbey. This would have been impossible just a generation ago. It represents how far our churches have come over the last 60 years of dialogue. Archbishop Stephen Cottrell stood in for Sarah Mullally, who was recently appointed as the first woman to serve as Archbishop of Canterbury, a groundbreaking moment in the Anglican Church's history. She will assume the role next year, continuing the spirit of progress that Thursday's event represented. The split between the two churches was formalized in 1534, when Pope Clement VII refused to annul King Henry VIII's marriage to Catherine of Aragon. Henry's quest for a male heir was the spark, but deeper tensions over church authority, wealth, and the rise of Protestant thought widened the divide. The following century was marked by religious turmoil, with Catholics and Protestants alike persecuted for their faith. Later in the day, Charles and Camilla met privately with Pope Leo before traveling to Rome's Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, one of Catholicism's most venerated sites. There, the Pope bestowed upon Charles the title of Royal Comforter, or Brother, and presented him with a special seat reserved for British monarchs, engraved with his coat of arms and the Latin phrase, ut unum sint, that they may be one. In a gesture of mutual respect, Charles also granted Pope Leo 2 British honors, naming him Papal Comforter of St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, and conferring on him the Knight Grand Cross of the Order of the Bath. From division to dialogue, and now to shared devotion, this historic meeting reflected a world slowly learning that unity often begins with a prayer.